Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, as you can see, for the first time since the 13th of March, I am speaking to you from somewhere other than my garden. So if I go this way, I can show you the window outside, and I have to say, it's very nice. It's was exciting day to return to a classroom, and so as you know, this week we have some students who are coming in for help with computers. So if someone is uncomfortable or has trouble using the computer and accessing and getting on Edmodo and using Zoom, we have two. Or if you are someone who doesn't have a laptop, doesn't have a computer, doesn't have very good Wi-Fi, you can come on Tuesdays and Thursdays and register to get some help. And we have some other students who are starting to come to class. And of course, on Friday, I'm told I have 3, maybe 4 people who are going to be coming to our face-to-face Link 5 tutorial on Friday. And maybe a little bit later today, I will take you to the classroom and make a short video so you can see how we have set things up. So anyway, today is a kind of rainy, cloudy kind of day. Very nice for the garden and the perfect day to stay home and do a little bit of English practice. Now, we spent yesterday talking about different kinds of sentences. So we did 4 kinds. Now, in your mind, see if you can remember what those 4 types of sentences were. And why, more importantly, why they are that kind of sentence. Okay, we had a simple sentence, which is one independent clause. We had a complex sentence, which is a dependent clause and an independent clause. We had a compound sentence, which is independent and independent. And finally, the new one, complex compound, where you have 2 independent clauses, conjunction, and 1 or more dependent clauses. And I think the reason it's very important for us to practice this and have this in our mind is when you write, if you're writing an email, if you're writing a paragraph for your teacher, if you are writing a letter of some kind, it's very nice to use different kinds of sentences, so that maybe you use a simple sentence and then the next sentence is a compound one and so on. It makes your writing more interesting. The other thing is, as you probably notice, if you go back and are really paying attention to each sentence, to look at your own sentence like you would a worksheet and say, what kind of sentence is this sentence? Does it have a verb and noun, and is it a clause? Is it a complex? I think if you do that to your own writing, you will find many grammar mistakes and correct them. So it really helps improve our writing. So that's what our focus language-wise has been these past 2 weeks. It's different kinds of sentences and clauses and so on. But we almost have forgotten our topic. And our topic for this section was interacting with people, small talk, making friends, different kinds of interactions. So we're going to move back to that and talk about introductions. Now, Since link 1, you have been practicing how to introduce yourself. My name is this, I'm from this place, this is my job, or I'm a student and this is where I live. But one very important skill is to be a person who introduces other people. Maybe your husband or your wife or your son or daughter, and let's say you come and visit the Multicultural Center and you come with your son or your daughter and you want to introduce your child or your spouse, could be your husband or wife, to me. How do we introduce someone to someone else, and the different ways we can do that? So over the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to look at this other kind of introducing of people, and that is how to bring other people together so they can interact. The first thing you're going to do today is I'm going to have you listen to a conversation, a dialogue between a man named John and several people he meets at a business luncheon. Now, a luncheon is where business people, or it could be teachers, or it could be people in the same profession, come together to exchange ideas, network, maybe get to a place where they feel comfortable to do business with each other. Notice I use do business. So John goes to a business luncheon, and you will listen to his attempts. He's going to try to have conversation with different people. Listen closely. Remember what we talked about in terms of appropriate and inappropriate conversation topics, and see what you think about how John is able to introduce primarily himself and make small talk. On Thursday, you will watch a video. I know one student who will not like that video because that video has many people with different accents in it. Just, you see, I winked to show I'm teasing. That video is one where you have people introducing other people, and I think it's very helpful because it's very professional how you introduce people, let's say in an office or in some kind of business setting, which happens to us sometimes. So here today you have this practice listening that you listen, and then this time I did include another quiz. I'm also going to give you a couple of exercises on introductions, okay, again, and try them. I think one of them has a listening part, and I know some people have had trouble with the listening part in terms of getting it to work on your computer. Try it. If it doesn't work, I'm thinking Wednesday we'll spend some time on some of those listening exercises that you had over the past week, just to listen to them again, maybe work through the exercises so that those of you who could not do them because your computer wouldn't play, that happened to me as well. I had to play with my computer to get it to work. The final thing is I was going to post a writing practice assignment, but I thought maybe I'm going to post a couple more exercises for you to practice finding or identifying different types of sentences. It is difficult, and especially some exercises are easy, straightforward, others are not. So I'll put maybe 2 more exercises, one that is kind of straightforward, and then the second one maybe that is a little more difficult. Otherwise, we will see you on Wednesday. Normal times, 10:30 for morning students, 1:30 for afternoon students. And again, maybe I'll just do this, and sorry for the hand. Here we are. Isn't this wonderful? For those of you who have been missing class This is a nice treat to be back in a classroom. And again, if you are interested in joining me on Friday for a tutorial session, contact Jillian by email or telephone and see if you can register. 10 people, and maybe I'll show you the classroom a little later so that you have some idea of the measures we've taken to make sure everyone is safe. Take care and talk to you tomorrow. Bye.